Up again and again and again, and why people keep going at it and keep coming back with more and keep fighting. The reason people keep fighting is because they clearly can't go back to Iran. They're in absolutely massive danger. So of course we're going to keep going back for more, because they're going to make a wrong decision. They're going to send a family back that aren't safe in Iran.
What's going to happen now then?
Well, we've got the local councillor from the ward in which the family live has come along tonight to support them. The Lib Dems and the City Council said they'll back the campaign. There are plenty of politicians now lining up, not least Gerald Kaufman, who you may have heard last week speaking on Woman's Hour on Radio 4, in an article in The Guardian, who's brought it up twice in the past couple of weeks with Damien Green in the House of Commons, asking that he reconsiders and let this family stay. He himself used the words, "She is at danger of flogging or torture or worse." We can see what the regime in Iran is like at this very moment, where a woman is all over the newspapers, on the front pages of our newspapers, on death row for stoning for adultery, you know, where they say she'll get 100 lashes just for being on the front page of a British newspaper not wearing a hijab, that they're thinking of sending a woman with her 3 children back to that country, you know, just by dint of being here and going through this process and stuff. You know, they already want her on the charges against her and her daughter for having copied and distributed the satanic verses. You know, they clearly aren't safe there.
So how's it affecting them?
Terribly, terribly. The pressure is just enormous. You know, they're finding themselves completely backed into a corner. They've done everything they should have done. They've done everything they've been asked to do. When they were asked to provide more evidence, they provided more evidence. You know, it seems that they just cannot win. That they absolutely refuse. So we go back to the political point. When he was in position as Immigration Minister, Phil Wallace ordered a full review of this case based on the fact that of what I've just said to you about the first appeal and that sort of thing. That has been overturned by the new government. He made that pledge as a government minister, and that should be upheld by Damien Green. But the campaign now has a really, really simple request to Damien Green. Enough is enough. This family are under such enormous pressure. It's not possible for them to live like this, for a little boy to live like this. He needs to just let this family remain. They have enormous support here. The Home Office have now had twice, with no response from them, a 5,000 signature petition from the people of Manchester. City councillors are standing by us and saying they support this family's right to remain in the UK. Their elected representative is bringing them to the House of Commons and saying that he wants them to be given the right to remain in the UK. We need Damien Green to listen to the campaign, to listen to those elected representatives and give the family the right to remain in the UK.
So how near are they now to being deported?
I don't know.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Yeah.
Sadly in court today, as it always seems to. The judge, as always, referred back to every previous decision that's been taken. As far as I can see, everything seems to rest on the original decision, the original appeal, in which Farah represented herself in court with no translator, no legal representation and no English, and was called an unreliable witness and a liar by the judge. And no matter what goes into court, everything seems to refer back to that statement by that judge. Nothing is seen as more important than that. Iranian arrest warrants aren't more important than that. The welfare of the child isn't more important than that. Nothing is more important than that. Clearly we won't give up. The campaign continues. As we've said several times over the past few weeks, we have one very simple request, one very simple demand of Damien Green, Immigration Minister. He needs to give this family the right to remain in the UK. City councillors from Manchester are asking for the same thing. Gerald Kaufman MP is asking for the same thing. This family clearly can't be returned to Iran. The judge asked today why this keeps coming back again and again and again. Why so many applications to courts and applications for judicial reviews? Why don't they just stop? They don't stop because they can't stop, because it's not safe for them to be returned to Iran.